Welcome, everyone, to Bulletproof Reaction, where the cast of Bulletproof Action and the Bulletproof Podcast react to stuff. And this episode, we thought would be a good one because, as Chris the Brain and Toy Man will attest to, Masters of the Universe, He-Man is a significant thing in their childhood and the toys. I'm a little bit older. I'm a 90s kid. I kind of came in right on the end of He-Man. It was more Turtles and Power Rangers. But we're going to look at the trailer that just came out today, give our thoughts, maybe go through and scrub out and break a few things and check some stuff out. But Brain, Toyman, have you guys checked out the trailer already? I'll go ahead and ask you.
I must admit, I have checked it out, but I'm looking forward.
It's our first time doing this, so I'll be gracious this first time.
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to, but I'll know for the future. But yeah, I checked it out this morning. But again, I'm looking forward to dissecting it.
All right,
here on the first ever episode of Bulletproof Reaction.
Toyman, you are literally Toyman, and we're doing the Masters movie. I can't imagine that you've been able to hold off.
No, I mean, Masters of the Universe was the first franchise that I ever loved. I mean, I had so much of the original toys. I still buy the toys now, the current Origins and Cartoon Collection. So yeah, the minute that this went up, maybe not the exact minute, but as soon as I found that it was posted, oh yeah, I dove right in.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here, and we will start by we'll just play it and check it out and react. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, Ryan's following his own rules. That's good.
That's right. We'll go ahead and check it out. And yeah, hopefully this works. This is our first time doing this, so it should have the audio as well. But let me know if you guys don't hear it. But let's go ahead.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty.
It looks shiny.
Where I come
Starting with Eternia was good because
it's
everyone
pretty
was
colorful. I kept
Earth
seeing people
movie.
complain that it has that gray slosh look, but it's pretty colorful.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
Oh, so it's like an Aquaman
This obsession with nerd stuff
kind
is
of
Yeah, I got a Brain. Did you get a Superman vibe from that?
fish out of water kind of thing.
Definitely Superman, yeah.
I know it sounds crazy.
And his
That
alias,
sword
the last name was Glenn. That's
is
actually his
actually
mother's last name.
young.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry. The sword's mine.
So we got a little bit of humor in here too. They're not taking it too seriously.
It's good. It's good. I mean, you shouldn't be able to. I mean, look at it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
just-
toy.
it's about to get weird.
yeah. I mean, the overall vibe, it's like a mixture of Superman and Guardians of the Galaxy to me.
I was gonna say they like followed the James Gunn template.
It's a good template. Grayskull, the castle looks really good.
I'm
Because it-
iffy on the new model of Roboto. I'm iffy on the giant mech version of Roboto.
It's like it's mixing pieces of the lore from various.
Spike Lore was a good surprise. I didn't plan on him. You notice Trapjaw fighting Adam. Beastman looks very cartoon-like. Not pure orange or anything.
Right.
Almost like a mixture of the cartoon and the '87 movie.
Right.
Transformation sequence looks good. I will say though, the pictures of the actor, was it Nicholas Galstein? Is that how you pronounce it properly? He looked jacked in all those promo photos, but when you see him as He-Man, it doesn't feel like he's as big as he could be or should be.
All right. I guess initial thoughts. We just finished watching the trailer. Toyman, go ahead. You're chomping at the bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I've been waiting for since I was a kid. And I'm not throwing any shade at Canon Films or the 1987 movie because I love that one in its own right. But to actually see Eternia fleshed out on screen, we're getting more than just the interior of Castle Grayskull like we got back in 1987. We're getting a cast of characters, the ones that, at least for Brain and myself, because I know you came along a little bit later, I noticed Mechanic, Ram Man, like I said, Spike Lore was a surprise, Fisto. This is a dream come true for someone who's been following the franchise for as long as I have. I am absolutely digging where this is going.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and I was kind of touched on it too while we were watching, but it definitely feels like it's taking elements from the 87 movie plus the cartoon. I don't know about like the newer cartoons. I have not been keeping up with those. I know you have. You covered them for the site, but yeah, it's given a little bit of everything, and I was very happy to not see.
I knew this was coming.
And
I knew it was coming.
I don't know if it's not. I mean, they could be hiding them.
They're probably hiding. Yeah.
I could be very angry when I'm in the theater, but I saw no sign of Orko. So I was one happy camper. And that sword, I mean, that sword is that's like spot on perfect. That's what the sword is supposed to look like. So they got that right. And
yeah, I was gonna look for where that was at. First, it does seem pretty colorful. Like when the image, the little teaser came out yesterday, and there was that image of them all standing there. And instantly, I was seeing online how everyone was complaining how it has that gray look. Yeah, that all movies look like now. But I mean, watching this trailer, I mean, it looks pretty. Like that looks like
looks awesome.
That looks like a really talented toy photographer could do that by like shooting a picture of the toy, maybe doing some Photoshop effects afterwards. Like that looks really cool.
For sure.
And
I mean that right there, the Kingdom of Eternia, that was like what the playset was with the towers and the tram going around and everything.
Mm-hmm. No, that looks really cool. I thought maybe it was like almost like a clear crystal, but I think it is just a really polished steel. But that looks really cool.
Like a reflective steel, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing they did not do is we didn't get to hear Skeletor.
Yeah, Jared Leto was Skeletor. Yeah, we didn't hear him talk. So you've got to wonder. I mean, obviously, it's not just going to be Jared Leto's voice, but you have to wonder if they're going to go the cartoon route and have him cackling all the time, or if he's going to be a little bit more sinister.
I mean, it looks badass.
Yeah, he looks.
That looks incredible.
The costume design is perfect. Yeah, that looks amazing.
And hopefully they do, because I know already, like Jared Leto killed Tron, and as soon as he was casted in this, like people, I think people want to be excited about this, but there's still that like forever that Jared Leto's take on it.
He's the one that people are like, why?
Obviously, it doesn't look like him. So if they can digi up his voice, where like for the most part you don't even freaking know it's him, I think that would benefit them well. But like this looks insane. Like this looks straight.
And again, I mean,
the Havoc staff looks great. Skeletor's weapon
costumes are. It almost. I wonder if they'll get. It's kind of giving me like Transformers vibes. Obviously not like in the actual look, but just like a old toy line. You know, probably do a more simple adventure tale, set the stage, and we'll see if it spawns. You know, the franchise that the Transformers movie did back in the early 2000s. But
I mean, yeah,
that's one thing that I've seen with the comments is that so many people are like, where's this person? Where's that person? It's like, we have to build the world up.
Right. You can't, they're not all
throw
going to be
everything at everybody.
Right.
There's no way they're not thinking this is going to spawn a franchise. Like that's the goal of
that's
this.
the hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why this is like obviously an origin story. This is He-Man's, or where in 87, He-Man was just He-Man and he was ready to go.
We touched on it briefly. Do we like the idea of setting it in the real world and it kind of is a fish out of water kind of thing, or would you like just a straight up just shoot the whole thing Eternia, like not?
I mean, I get why they're doing it. Like briefly, that's fine,
right?
You know, and it's like the reverse of the 87 movie where it starts in Eternia and it makes its way over to Earth, and the most of the runtime is on Earth. This one, it almost seems like you're going to have the first 20-30 minutes on Earth, and the rest is going to be in Eternia.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm interested because in the towards the end of it, when they're just kind of doing sizzle cuts, there was a shot of in the real world.
Yeah, and there was a couple stills where
Beastman,
he puts He-Man, on like
was that in the movie, and then like it's the catalyst that sends, or are we in the final act, or things gonna start bleeding?
Does he have to go? Yeah, do they go back to Earth for some reason?
That's the question, I guess.
I'm thinking with Teela showing up and taking him back to Eternia in the ship, that maybe once he finds the soul, they track him down. It's like they're sent to Earth to get him, and she goes to save him and bring him back home.
This is like the when
people after me type of things.
Yeah, like when the agents attack Neo in his office or whatever, and then he gets taken off to Wonderland and never comes back or whatever. skipping ahead a little bit, we got some. I thought this was interesting. This was causing quite the stir. Let's see if I can get it pinpointed here. This was causing quite. I didn't see the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer before this, but I did see this on Twitter, causing a stir, of course, with a certain subset of the internet. But I actually think it's kind of hilarious. Like the gag is he's He-Man. So if, like someone said, they're contractually obligated to make a pronouns joke, which I think is a pretty
Plus,
clever joke.
is
I like
I
it.
mean, I think from what I was seeing, like he's in human resources, and that is a very corporate human resources thing to do. Like they were the ones for my company to roll out, like, hey everyone, you can now include your pronouns in your profile and everything.
Right. And my guess is he will be a pretty like mild mannered, like not this. I hesitate to say the word soft kind of person, but and then eventually he's freaking becomes He-Man when he has the power.
He's like Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And that was the Superman vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, being sent to Earth where he'll be safe, where he's and yeah, just that whole, and that was even back when the cartoon came out, because the original toys, there was no Prince Adam.
Yeah.
It was just freaking He-Man. And that's when I'm like, when the cartoon came out, that already was like, why are they doing this Superman thing with him? He's just He-Man. Just let him be He-Man. And so
yeah, the Adam figure was released later on.
Right, many series down.
And I doubt anybody people weren't clamoring for the Adam figure.
Ryan, when I tell you I had everything as a kid, it was to the point where the local library used to do like a collector spotlight like every month or so, and my collection went on display at the library for a month because I had like 90% of it. And in fact, the one thing that was my white whale was the Eternia playset, which I had actually put my hands on in 1986. And my grandmother was going to wait for my birthday or Christmas, both being in December. And at that point, it was long gone from the store. But I mean, that was my must have item. And I was one of the people who did the Mattel crowdfund it was 2 years ago now. They did it and they were like, if we hit a certain goal, we're going to make this playset. So I have
Mattel Creations, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, exactly. So I have the giant Eternia to go along with all the newer toys now, because that was always my white whale.
It looks like he does have some sort of, I don't know if they're like dreams that he has of his past life. I'm assuming that as a grown adult, he doesn't know who he is. So it seems like some of that is bled through in like his obsession with fantasy. And then when he comes back to the comic shop, I guess later, and tries to get the sword. So that's my assumption. Maybe is he has like latent memories of his childhood, maybe, and that's why he's obsessed with all this fantasy stuff.
Yeah, and the
what we're
sword
seeing here too, like this statue is actually based on the original character artwork for He-Man. This was like one of the original concept arts.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, is the sword almost calling to him like the green crystal?
It looks like it because he's got drawings of it. He seems to be researching it. Like, what was it right here? Yeah, he's kind of like researched the sword. Somebody texts him again, like a Neo kind of way. I have your sword kind of thing. So yeah, definitely looks. This looks like a cool shop, though. I definitely want to go visit this comic shop or whatever this is.
A lot of Mattel mentions it, like the Big Jim set, which Battle Cat was a repainted Big Jim.
Have they released it? I guess they probably wouldn't before the trailer because it'll give away tons of spoilers. But have they released any of what the toys are going to look like? I imagine this will come with a pretty robust reimagining of the toy line.
No, I mean they're still producing, mainline figures. They've got the cartoon collection. They've got the 7-inch Masterverse, which are more like the McFarlane DC style.
Yeah, and like the Netflix show that they did where they released figures for that and everything.
Yeah, the most recent wave is actually modern versions in the Origin style, which is the ones that were like a throwback to the 80s ones, just with articulation. But they're versions of the Cartoon Network 2002 cartoon. So they're making their way through everything. The movie figures, I could see the first line being the Masterverse style, since those are the more realistic and adult collector oriented. But I absolutely see them doing some type of an Origins line, like the 5-inch articulation with these too. I mean, they've got so much in the pipeline. They're pumping out another exclusive. I believe it's this week on Mattel Creation. So it's not even like things have like tapered off or slowed down in preparation for the movie. They're still full steam ahead. They just did the Thundercats crossover with the figures. which was something that all the 80s fans was clamoring for. They had the Ninja
Mhm.
Turtles one last year. So it's cool because a lot of these crossovers and stuff like that is what's keeping them at retail, and retail is where you catch kids' eyes. So hopefully that encourages kids to go and check this movie out.
I
other
mean,
than
if I
just,
was a
longtime fans like us.
kid, this trailer like has me, if I know nothing about it, like I'm like, yeah, I'm hooked on this because
And there is
everything's there.
another reason why you do the origin story here. You're trying to attract you want the old fans, but you always want to attract new fans as well, because sooner or later us old fans won't be around much. We'll be gone. We'll be gone. So we need this to continue on in perpetuity forever and ever and ever. So yeah, if you can get, or it's like Toyman, I'm sure will take his son to this movie. 100. Like if he didn't, I'd be like, what is going? Boy,
Send help.
Zach must have done something real bad. If
We'll get a wellness check.
You're not going.
So I'm gonna. This was like a little bit of a sentimental thing, I guess. But when he got home from school, I was like, oh, like, you know what you got to see? Like, he's like, oh, like the trailer came out. So I put it on the TV, and before I went and sat down, like, just like sat on the couch, whatever, like that, he was like standing next to me, and he just like put his arm around me, gave me like a little like
Aw.
side hug, because he knows that like this is our thing. And I
That's
mean, to
cool.
the point of taking him, Brain, I don't know if you'll remember this. Ryan, I don't know if you know this, but he got into He-Man very early before even like Netflix brought it back or anything, because he found some of my older toys at my parents' house when he was like 2. And my mom was like, are these any of the ones that are worth anything? Can he like, bop these around or whatever, like play with them? I'm like, yeah, give them to him. Like, that's not a problem. And from that point, he would watch the old cartoon all the time. And to this day, like he still remained in it. Like even though he's getting older and now it's like, he's fading in and out of things, like he doesn't want as many action figures anymore or anything like that. He's still very much into a lot of those things that he forged an interest in when he was younger. So like he knows like this is one of our things. And like I said to him too, I said, this movie's coming out at the beginning of June. And they're really going to want to capture that box office the first couple of weeks, because like I told him, we've got this at the beginning of June, but then you've got Spider-Man Brand New Day at the end of June.
Mhm.
So they've got like a very short window.
I think
Is it
Supergirl's
July?
into June, but Spider-Man's into July.
Spider-Man's okay, so it's Supergirl. Okay, so I had them mixed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if this can maintain a number 1 spot, if Supergirl's going to overtake it. Like, they're going to be fighting for a lot of box office space that summer.
It's a good
So-
spot. They're going to be though at the beginning because there's no Marvel movie
Yeah.
coming out in May. Like that's usually that kickoff.
Yeah,
We've
May
talked about
is
that in the past.
Mortal Kombat is May, and then it'd be this. So I mean, that's kind of
When's Street Fighter? That's gonna be a hell of a year. man.
October.
Like that, yeah.
Street Fighter's
Yeah,
October.
Street Fighter's
April,
later in the
yeah.
year.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
big year for movies, but this definitely gives me like you said, Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok vibes. I'm getting heavy from all this stuff with kind of like the ancient world, but also like a sci-fi element in it. We got spaceships and like but I just love that the Grayskull, the Castle Grayskull just looks so awesome to me.
Yeah,
A
even
lot of
like
people complaining about Idris Elba as Man at Arms, and I do not see the big deal.
no.
Like, I don't care
Like,
what
can he
race
bring
you are,
some-
what color you are. If you're
If
a
I had
great
to
actor,
guess, I think this is what people are most upset about because this was like one of the first images that came out of it, and people are like, "That's
Yep.
not Man of Arms." But I
No.
mean, as you saw here, like he's gonna
And
eventually
he's
get,
back. Yeah,
he's gonna get in the
Armored up
armor
and everything.
eventually. Yeah,
and he's a name.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. He's the
and he looks
probably the
great.
biggest name in this, other than Jared Leto, who
Which
no one
you
likes and
would
you don't
rather not
see.
put it. Yeah,
Right.
you don't- if you can avoid putting his name on that, you might be better off. But yeah, he's the name. So
Who is this? Who is this right here?
That's Roboto, who is not normally a big mech like that. So that's like a movie adaptation
I didn't know if
version of
maybe they were
Roboto.
like reimagining Orko as like a giant robot or
geez.
something. That's
No,
why I was
but what's
asking.
interesting is that Kristen Wiig is doing the voice of Roboto, which is
Oh.
very interesting to me.
I'm sure it'll be like digitized or something. It'll probably be like or like L3 and Solo or something like that to call that out. But I mean, I'm wondering because like this is looking like he's not even gonna. God damn, that looks awesome.
Yep.
Summon the power and turn into He-Man till maybe the end of the movie. I wonder.
I think that we'll
Looks like
get,
a lot's going to happen before he finally,
I think we'll get like a mid-movie transformation, and then maybe like that
Oh, that looks
self-doubt
good. I didn't see
or
that. What's that part?
something that's Allison Brie.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah,
now,
Allison Brie is Evelyn.
Yeah.
So I mean, they do have some names. It's not like Idris is the only one carrying it. But I also think that's good too.
That's a
that you
very
don't have
MCU
too
shot right
many
there.
names.
That is
The
a
fact that
very
you have some newer talent, some unknowns, I guess you could say, playing these characters. I think that'll really help people get into it instead of being like, oh, they didn't cast, Chuck Norris as Fisto or
yeah.
something like that.
I tried to get Paul London to audition for Fisto. I thought he would make a great Fisto.
That looks really cool. I really like that look. I mean, the world looks amazing. Like I instantly, like I said, I don't really have a stake in this game. I wasn't a huge He-Man fan, but just as a fantasy action movie, sci-fi fan, like I'm on board. This all looks really good.
I'm guessing that's like the caverns under Grayskull. That seems to be like the
Where
underworld.
Gwildor lives.
That's a pretty sweet shot.
That's
still
great, yep.
shot. That looks really good. That's almost like Superman coming out of the smoke there in Superman there, like that defining moment. Practical sets, like that looks odd. Look at this. I mean, I'm sure maybe like not all of this is, but I mean, it looks like this looks like a giant 80s movie practical set, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With extras
and
stuff
that
on
looks like that piece of it is in Snake Mountain, which is Skeletor's lair.
Yeah, that was like
so if we're getting Grayskull and Snake Mountain,
the tag at the end of the what was like the tag that showed up here after the first
when they're fighting each other and he's standing in the mouth of Snake Mountain.
Oh gosh, like the little preview looks like it in that. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Snake Mountain. Yep.
Again, that looks so awesome. If nothing else, I would like to. I mean, I'll have to watch some other reaction videos just to see if it. Again, people are like the funny part is to watch people like that want to be super excited about this, but knowing that it's Jared Leto or like trying to like hold just a little bit back but that looks incredible.
I don't think he's going to Ezra Miller it. I don't think we're going to have a Flash situation on our hands.
There you go. That's a good shot of.
This could be the Jared Leto redemption.
It could be, man. Sometimes this could be like the Tom Cruise's character in Tropic Thunder, Les Grossman. This could be his Les Grossman moment when he kind of pulls himself out of the ashes. That's a really good shot though of He-Man there. He's not like the buffest of buff, but like it still obviously looks big and he'll be able to move. So
right.
Got the haircut. Looks good. All right. Any final thoughts before we sign off until this movie comes out in June?
I'm ready. Expect a day one review on bulletproofaction.com.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Just 1 minute, Toy Man.
You gonna get a screener?
Oh, it's an Amazon MGM. I saw Mercy early. I mean, there's no guarantee, but it could be. But I mean, obviously,
for review space.
There'll be multiple reviews up on the website. I'm sure.
And I would definitely think we will be talking about this on the Bulletproof Podcast. So
for sure,
we will definitely get to hear Toy Man's thoughts. But
absolutely,
we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I did just get to see Mercy early, and that's an Amazon MGM. So
there you go.
It could happen.
Well, thank you. That's a good sign off. Be sure to like and subscribe here on the YouTube channel, or check us out on all your favorite podcast channels for the Bulletproof Podcast, where weekly we are breaking down some old movies, some new movies. Like Brain said, we'll definitely be covering this, but also head over to bulletproofAction.com to check out all the reviews that we're doing constantly. Every single day we're putting up new content. But thank you guys for tuning in for this first edition of Bulletproof Reaction, and we'll catch you all next time.